The final. Who is going to be the hero in the remainder to book a place in the semis against either Juventus or Sassuolo? Piontek with the first goal, and then answered in style by Davide Zappacosta in the 30th minute. Other chances as well for Nico Gonzalez, and the post struck by Jeremy Boga in the closing seconds of the half. 2 yellow cards for each side, Pasalic and Daron, and Martinez, Quarta and Igor. That's perhaps the more concerning area. Remember, there was also the injury to Palomino, which saw Cop Miners come in the 37th minute of the game. Well, these two teams really do produce the fireworks when they meet in the Coppa Italia, both in the first and second legs in the semi-final in 2019, and also the round of 16 in January 2020, when it was a 2-1 win for Fiorentina in Florence. Who is going to come out on top in this second half? Certainly Atalanta seem to finish it stronger. They still only have had one shot on target officially. We're going to find out. It is Fiorentina who kick us off here at the Gavis. What a great night of action it's been so far. Martinez, Quarta, Oriozola. Pedigree with Spanish fullbacks. Back to Marcos Alonso. Long will Oriozola be on the flank for Fiorentina. 4 substitutions remaining for Gasperini, 5 for Italiano. And Boa's head. Pasalic couldn't make the touch. They'll be looking to try and put as much pressure on the centre-back duo. Quartanigo, try and get a red card or a second yellow. A lot of running there for Oriozola. Demiral cantering. And then just kicking it straight out for a corner kick. That is not the level you expect from the Turkish international. Coppa Italia winner with Juve last season. And much besides. Just getting his angles wrong. Attacking the home end. Taken short. Running round is Castrovilli. Didn't get over the head of Daron. Boga had a good first half. Side the post with a couple of assists. First start wearing the shirt of Ladea. Igor. Knocked out of the Champions League here by Villarreal. Things hardly been going splendidly in the league form. But this great historical record, only 1 loss in their last 16 Coppa Italia games here at home. More than a decade of action. Certainly something to give one belief. A lot of those in the early rounds against smaller teams. Beat Cagliari, Lazio and Napoli here, scoring 3 goals in each in last term's edition of the Coppa Italia. Juve and Fiorentina in 2019 on the way to the final once again. Pressure high up the field. Cop Miners, half volley. Good challenge there by Martinez Quarta. Castrovilli pushing forward. Rarely keeps the same formation, Italiano. His last matches, really throughout the whole campaign. A lot of clamour for him to play a 4-2-3-1 so that Amrabat can be slotted in. Already seen Pulgar move on. Amrabat was a big money signing, but hasn't really had the time to play. And this Mallet is the one knocking back into Terracciano. Strong challenge there by Jim City. Too much for Piontek. Demiral, Zappacosta. And the referee's whistle is gone. It was a factor in the first half, and once again here in the second, with Gonzalez staying down. Well, that was an accidental but very painful touch from behind by Jim City. Watch the boots onto the, oh dear, onto the Achilles heel, raking down, and he's quite within his rights to ask for a few minutes to try and get over that pain and get some of the magic spray. That's Mr. Percassi, the owner, president of the club. Gasparini, longest incumbent now in Serie A with a single club, Italiano, in his first season. Well, he's having a laugh there, Gonzalez, as he's going off. Pessina and Muriel. No doubt we'll see those two some point in the second half. Again, remember, if it's all level at the final whistle, we're going to extra time, where Fiorentina have already been with Napoli in the previous round. Boga. That ball. Malinowski surely offside. It was. Scored in that quarter-final against Lazio. Could he be decisive here this evening? You can imagine the game might just close up a little bit as the minutes tick by, trying to protect the position as it stands. Are we going to see any of Artur Cabral? Handball there against Christoph Piontek. Boga. Atalanta trying to keep the rhythm up. Best tonic for a terrible performance, as Gasparini saw it against Cagliari, would be to come through this one tonight, especially before they host Juventus again here on Sunday evening in a direct playoff for fourth place in the league. Pasalic was after it. Linesman's flag is now in the air. Such a bonus for Gasparini, having Darone, who can play as he has done this season and different matches in defence, with Palomino going off. Troy suspended for this match. Gonzalez, inaccurate. Well, we saw some great moments from Nico Gonzalez. 2 shots, 2 positions where he was able to test Musso in the first half. Fiorentina fans want more consistency. Driozola. Clearly with Vlahovic moving on. 20 goals in domestic competition, 17 in the League, 3 in the Coppa Italia before going to Juventus. That does leave a chasm that perhaps can't be filled and bridged in some way. Castrovilli. Driozola coming back inside. Well, he was confident in possession. Piontek back to goal. Cristiano Birag. Saponara back into the captain. Kept low. Commanding challenge by Demiral. Good feed by Saponara. He's caught by Hatboa. And right on the edge of the area. Let's have another look at this one. Difficult to see. Side-like challenge. Just caught him on the toe. Saponara made it look like he'd taken him out with a weapon. Doesn't seem any after effects now as the number 8 works his way into the area. Big opportunity this for Fiorentina. Is he going to go for pace or shape here? Just chips it in, back post, and the header. Piontek. What is it about this competition that brings Piontek to life? Got up highest, actually strikes him in the face. And Musso needn't have worried, but it was close enough to those fans behind the goal to realise the threat is still there. Measured pass into Gonzalez, deflected. That was kind of for Musso, who's up on his feet quickly and trying to keep things going. Time is of the essence, and over it goes. Boga. Quite deep there though, it's not where he's most effective. Cop Miners. Tarun almost on the right of the midfield now. Hadboa. Well played, Pasalic. This is a solid platform. Now what can they build? Boga dancing, twinkle toes in the middle of the field. Cop Miners. Ananovsky waiting for the pass. Mesmeric movements of Atalanta, only working through midfield at the moment. Now Boga has space, works his way through. Jeremy Boga, he's hit the post and he's hit the back of the net on his full debut. Big moment for Boga. Zapata out to the end of the season. Luis Muriel on the bench, and it was his time to step up. It was his time to bury the ball in the bottom corner. Bit of luck with the challenge. The frailest of forwards, but he had the strength to force his way past Martinez Quarta, and that was all he needed. The Ivorian's eyes glued into the goal, and the ball followed. Atalanta 2, Fiorentina 1, and they've come from behind. Big goal for Boga. Musso could turn to the home fans behind his net. And Fiorentina and Italiano have a big question mark. Do they have the minerals to fight back in this game? He's got all 5 substitutions remaining. Piontek, once again, good link-up play. Jeremy Boga, after such a high price tag. This first start, no Zapata, no Muriel, no Miranchuk. And that was his moment, and how he took it. Not a good dribble out there by Martinez Quarta. And look at this. Boga again, foot to the pedal. Pasalic. Half volley away. Better not to take too many risks there. Cop Miners. And just a little shell-shocked here, Fiorentina. Tails up for the home side. Fans are happy. Still more than a third of the game to go. Daron's pass into Hadboa. Malinowski under pressure. And credit there to Malay and Saponara. Trying to put the chains on the Ukrainian. Calling for calm there, Italiano. Says they concede fewest shots in the league, but far too many goals go in. There, wouldn't have expected Martinez Quarta to lose a challenge against the slight Jeremy Boga. Igor. Iragi, Saponara slipped. Gonzalez. Well, Freuler penalised. It's a most violent challenge. Sottil and Bonaventura. So one change in midfield. Castrovilli, better from him. And then some recent performances. Bonaventura, twice a finalist in the Coppa Italia with Milan, losing on both occasions to Juventus. Great experience in this competition, and a former Atalanta player. And Gonzalez just starting to go down a little in this second half. His consistency wasn't quite the same, and not happy as he leaves the pitch. Sottil was one of the few positives against Lazio on the weekend, showing a great desire to beat his opposite man. And the young Italian goes over to the right side. So the first shuffle of the Italiano deck. Birag. Seemed difficult to take Piontek off in the next 10-15 minutes. He's been doing some really good link-up work, not so much his teammates down the left flank on that occasion. Gonzalez, that was earlier. Discord in the ranks. Passion shown, though. Fans often appreciate that. Coach, I'm sure he'll evaluate the situation. Sottil. Igor, 60 minutes on the clock. Quarta. Well, making up a new chain on that right side, Bonaventura and Sottil, so we'll see how well it connects in these next few minutes. They have to win the ball back. Derone. First time pass again from Piontek. He's been accurate, much deeper that time. Bonaventura in his debut in the Coppa for Atalanta, August 2010 under Stefano Colantuono, now the current coach of Salernitana, against Foligno. This is Cop Miners. Dutchman has really settled in well. His first season in Italy. Good touch there from Pasalic. Malinovsky. Lurking danger of Boga. Zappacosta. Men in the box. Boga went through the legs. And Quarta. Right thing from Boga. Better from the defender as well. Trying to draw a foul. They're both on yellow cards, the Fiorentina defenders. Cup Miners. He's under pressure from Saponara. Malinovsky won it back. Malay gives chase. Malinovsky runs into Biraghi, who wins it cleanly, fairly. Igor. Igor again. Two on two for a second there. The lead by Bonaventura. Going out at this stage last season, round of 16 rather, Fiorentina against Inter. Are they going to be going out here in the same scoreline? Boga. Temira. Derone. Papoa. Tried that ball over the top. Linesman's flag is down at the moment. Hans Hatboa. Left foot. Freuler. Still there for the captain. And he was convinced the last touch came off Odriozola. The referee, less so. Let's take another look here. Well, certainly suggests that the Swiss was in the right. Corner kick it is. Five on 6 in the box, in by Malinovsky, straight at Terracciano. Fiorentina knocked out in the last 2 editions by Inter, under Iachini and Prandelli last season, quarter-finals 2 years ago. Had that incredible 7-1 victory against Roma, the biggest in the knockout stages, or latter stages in their history. And the following game, they played Atalanta in the semis. Already cited and Atalanta winning here by 2-1 and knocking them out. Biraghi, this is a good position. Demiral, time and again, reading the danger. Malinovsky into the middle, lay off, Sotil! The counter response from the substitute. He was well positioned, traffic in front of him. Could have had a name for himself there. Haven't had too many opportunities in this second half. The free kick where Piontek faced it over the bar. 25 minutes remaining. But just like that second semi-final, Fiorentina took the lead, level at the interval, and then in the second half, a Lafont error. And Gomez's shot was spilled into the net. And Atalanta turned the match around and went off into the sunset to the final in the capital. And on that occasion, they couldn't get beyond Lazio. Fiorentina fans after the first half of the season, good interchange there. Torreira pushing further forward after Bonaventura's come on. They're still dreaming of potential Europa League, even a Conference League finish, which would be 6th place. Malinovsky with the freedom of the Fiorentina midfield. Zappacosta. Boga. Talk about quick twitch fibres. Seems to be able to move at a different rhythm to everyone else. Jeremy Boga. There was an offside in the lead up to that. Let's have another look. Marginal, but looks about correct. There's the close control and quality of the Ukrainian international. Dancing his way between his opponents, as we've seen him do so many times here in Bergamo. Crossfield pass, chest of Bonaventura. Martinez Quarta. Haven't seen this situation too many times with everybody back for Atalanta. Can be a little too passive sometimes. Their rhythm drops, gives the opposition the opportunity to have more of the possession, so potential to create. That's what they're trying to do here. Sotil begins 2 though. Zappacosta had his head turned. Cross in is dangerous. Just went too early there, Mallet. Cup Miners was rooted. Igor. Virzola. Sottil. Bonaventura forced back towards Igor. Well, 3 straight third-place finishes for Atalanta and their success in the Champions League as Martinez Quarta crosses in. Penalty. Cop miners on Malé, and Fiorentina will have a second spot kick. And Cop miners with an elementary error. Didn't realise Malé was there, and that is a gift of a penalty kick. Got him in the stomach. Well, give credit to Malé, he was in the right position. So the 2 Dutchmen giving away the 2 penalties. 70 minutes on the clock. And it is Krzysztof Piątek again. Scored from the spot in the 9th minute. And he's up against Musso this time. He put it to Musso's left in the first occasion. The difference this time is he's got the 10,000 or so snarling Atalanta supporters whistling him down. But he is an expert, if nothing, at scoring in this competition. Krzysztof Piątek. Fiorentina need this. He's saved. Puts in the rebound. Fiorentina level. A furious final 20 minutes coming. And Krzysztof Piątek is now 12 in 9 in the Coppa Italia. After that foul by Cop Miners. Well read by Musso, he went exactly the same way. And the fortune favouring the gunslinger, Krzysztof Piątek. Harsh on Musso. Just caught his knee. Had it been his boots, he would have taken him away from danger. Now, does that mean a momentum shift? And that goal coming after Atalanta being more passive with the possession, or rather defending more than trying to hold the ball. Well, it was a little push from Tappacosta. Now it's a test of Atalanta's nerve. Still with the 4 substitutions remaining. Muriel and Pessina were there. But it's defence that is the focus right now. Fiorentina looking to pull off a famous turnaround themselves. Well, Biraghi's bleating about the distance to Malinowski. Bonaventura is shooting. It's fallen. Pasalic got it away. 3 white shirts trying to just feed off the scraps. Bonaventura had the last touch. Atalanta's ball. Substitution. So Muriel coming in. It is Malinowski who leaves the field. Yet another substitute appearance for Luis Muriel. Colombian has much responsibility on his shoulders. Former Fiorentina player. Actually scored twice in this fixture in the Coppa Italia. Pasalic coming out. And Pessina, winner of the Euros with Italy. Number 32 comes in. While Saponara leaves the field for Icone. Took Michel Platini 5 months to get used to Italian football. Italiano's been joking with Icone. He can do it in less. See if he could be the hero here tonight. Biraghi through the midfield. Pessina's first touch. Sottil. Koopmeiners trying to win it back. There's the pace that we've seen recently from Sottil. Can be devastating, but overconfident perhaps in the midfield. He gave it away cheaply. Had ball. Quarter of an hour remaining. Zappacosta. Muriel drifting to the left-hand side. Foul. Not used to Italian football and the tactical positioning, said Italiano in his press conference yesterday regarding Icone. De Roon. Eagles head. Boga's come to this right side since Muriel entered the pitch. Icone, left foot opened his body. Almost kicked out. Bonaventura. Biraghi moved it on, but Pessina cut it out. Freuler, Pessina. Credit to Torreira. Well, again, it's that question of which side is going to be brave enough to push forward. Neither team want to play 120 minutes. You'd argue definitely not Atalanta, who have got Juve here on Sunday night. Match that, if they win it, will see them take fourth place back, and should they lose it, we'll see Juventus move further away from them. They want to be as fresh as possible. Muriel. He's never scored against his former side, Fiorentina. Koopmeiners, look at that, for a ball in. And Pessina couldn't provide the finish that the cross deserved. Outside of the boot, whipped into Matteo Pessina. That was a thing of beauty from Koopmeiners. And Gasperini knows that Pessina needed to test the keeper there. What technique from the Dutch number 7. 77, I should say. No, 7 it is. Now it opens up for Pessina again. They're all at sea here. Shot off the bar from Zappacosta. And Fiorentina bringing Atalanta onto them, leaving space open. But Zappacosta couldn't get his second. The first struck the crossbar and bounced into the net. This one disappears over into the stand. Well, still 10 minutes remain, 12 minutes remaining, plus stoppages. Claim of a handball by the supporters, nothing by the players. Bonaventura. Koopmeiners. Well done. De Roon. Musso. Time, as always, against them. I feel that Fiorentina would be happier with the added time. Muriel, he's caught, and Martinez Quarta gets a second yellow card and is sent from the field. Advantage Atalanta once again. Whether it goes to extra time, I'd always prefer to have the man advantage, and that was a really risky challenge, but he had to make it. He doesn't get much of the ball there, the Argentinian. Had he not made the challenge, Muriel was looking to charge into the box on his own. And a decisive call by Mr. Fabri, the referee. Well, he's been given his marching orders, so had to start moving. Now Italiano. Well, he's stripping off himself. Might turn back the clock. 80 minutes gone. Long stoppage here. You have to make a substitution. There's 2 remaining. The Nastasic, no, Milenkovic comes on. So who is the one sacrificed? Alle. Well, he won the penalty kick himself at the other end. Fans enjoying themselves. Milenkovic to give them a defensive pairing once more. Imagine that will mean Ikone drops back into midfield with still 9 minutes as he heads down the tunnel. Martinez Quarta. Zongowski red carded against Fiorentina. Against Napoli for Fiorentina. And here again the Argentinian. Well, they managed to get through that match. Well, Napoli finished the game with 9 men. Offside. Voidable error. But it was that 10-9 advantage that really paid off for Fiorentina in the extra time. Benuti in the 105th. Piontek the 108th, and Male in the 119th, making sure that Spalletti was well beaten. Martinez Quarta was booked in the added minute of the first half. Header on by Piontek. Johnny. Igor gallops forward as far as Biraghi. Torreira. Odriozola. Bonaventura with Jim City on front of him. Torreira again. Time for a touch. Muriel. Oh, and he leaves Milenkovic on his face. Bonaventura slows up the Colombian. Cross in came too early. Well, in Milenkovic's defence, he's only just come on, so not really up to speed. We've got another man down. That's Torreira. We've only got 1 substitution left here. There we see again, rather clumsy from the Serbian defender. Not like looking back on that. Then Muriel just thought he'd seen the run of Hatboer. Perhaps he had, but execution of the cross not close enough. Terracciano. Torun. Torreira. Icone. Icone trying to just work it into Biraghi. Sotil. Well, really on a knife edge as well. You feel that somewhat fragile confidence of Fiorentina with the exit of their star man and top goal scorer. The loss against Lazio was one of their worst performances of the season. Much better here tonight. And if they get knocked out again, though their next match in the league is not the most difficult opponent, certainly not easy. Spezia could have ramifications going through February. Torun needs to be careful. He's already been booked. Ball bouncing up and striking his hand. 5 minutes remaining. Still, you would give the advantage to Atalanta with the extra man should they go into extra time. And don't they know it? It's up to Cristiano Biraghi to lead his team. Milenkovic got it down, claims a handball. Odriozola tried to take it past Zappacosta. Does strike the left arm of City, and it was well away from his body too. It's an interesting one they'll look back on. Torun, Cup Miners, crossfield to Zappacosta. Muriel, too much speed for Odriozola. Putting their passes together again off the training ground as Torreira comes into midfield to try and press off Cup Miners. City in the centre forward position. Again, they switch the play. Just kept in by Zappacosta, was it? Bonaventura. Headed by Demiral. Into the channel, Icone. Demiral backs off. The Frenchman slips. Always difficult coming into a new league, new culture midway through the season. Boga settled in quite quickly here in Bergamo. Could still prove to be decisive. Boga, took his eye off the ball, and that is an amateur error there by the Ivory Coast international. There's 2 substitutions remaining, Gasperini, just the one for Italiano. Castrovilli biting his fingernails. Headed by Demiral. For the Route 1 approach, Piontek was up, Demiral again. That's been a real duel. City continues his runs up Acosta. Pessina What a moment that was for the header off Koopmeiners' cross. Muriel. Trying to find the man forward. Pessina. Good challenge by Torreira, but doesn't do enough. Tappacosta in space. We move into the 90th minute. Pessina. First time deflected. It's a corner kick to Atalanta. Coming short as Hatboa, turned down by Muriel. Away by Piontek as far as Boga, as the Fiorentina defence pushes out. Easily goes past Bonaventura and Piontek, and three defenders, some of them Igor in front of him. Daron. Now they're just trying to hold on to the last seconds here, Fiorentina. Muriel. Oh, straight through the gap. 90 minutes played. Just 3 minutes of additional time. Seems like we had more stoppages than that, but on we go. So Fiorentina, what is their ambition in this game? Are they just going to try to play out the last 3 minutes, or look for a winner themselves? Terracciano again, aiming for Piontek. Once again, Demiral. Odriozola. Goes the long way round. Now there's not quite as many defenders back. Pessina. Odriozola making the foul. Really should, in that position, try and slow Atalanta up. A good tactical foul. Demiral. Pessina. How they want to avoid an extra 30 minutes, Atalanta. Tappacosta found the angle. City, not the shot. On the chest. Tappacosta. Muriel, Koopmeiners, Boga, space starting to open up. Hatboa. City. 92nd minute. And the Albanian so nearly wins it for Atalanta at the death. Great move from the home side, and it was agonizing. Perfect cross, but away from his marker, and just tried to send it into the far corner. It was not at all far away. Looks as if we are going to be heading for extra time here in this third quarter-final. Italiano hamstrung after the red card. Only one substitution remaining. But any dead ball situation or another gift given to them with the penalties, and they could well turn out to be the winners of this one. And this last attack is still a hope. Biraghi. Missed by everyone, fallen to Milenkovic. It's in! The last second of the game. Nikola Milenkovic. Fiorentina. The most unexpected, incredible and sensational finish to this match. 10-man Fiorentina. Milenkovic on as a substitute to block up the defence after the red card to Martinez Quarta off the knee. And how about that? He's down on the score sheet as a central defender. But it's a finish of a centre forward. Bonaventura, why not? Take that, Musso. And the very last moment, and it's a real piece of quality. He couldn't believe it himself. And what's the referee up to? Goal being checked, maybe was there a touch, or the thought there was a touch of Bonaventura. Italiano is kicking things around himself. When it seemed a step away from extra time in which Atalanta would have started favourites, Milenkovic volleys in. Italiano, Gasperini. Unclear which direction this match is taking at the end. Gasperini, as I mentioned in the first half, some bad blood between him and Fiorentina. Came off the leg of Bonaventura. There's absolutely no doubt about the finish from Milenkovic. High class from the Serbian defender. Musso didn't even motion towards it. He was beaten so badly that he gave up. And it's just one of those miracle goals from Milenkovic that you see so rarely, that are so precious. Checking the possible offside. This has gone on now for well over 90 seconds. And Atalanta's hopes of making a third final in 3 years hanging by a thread. Italiano knows what a boost this would give to his side. The final whistle. Fiorentina stun Atalanta with the last kick of the game. Nikola Milenkovic on as a substitute volleys Fiorentina into the semi-finals of the Coppa Italia. Final score at the Gavis: Atalanta 2, Fiorentina 3.